screw up a little bit.
That's good luck.
That's good luck. Well, quick, give me a lotto ticket and a sick baby. Okay, he's not a sick baby, but he plays one on TV. Kim Scott and her students are in from Texas to remind us of who is Jessica McClure.
She's a little girl that fell into the well.
And she visited George Bush when he was in the White House. Want to see what happened?
Yes.
Check this out.
Well, how are you? Nice to see you again. And look who's here. Hi, Jessica. You don't remember me, but I sure remember you. Hi, how are you? Good to see you today.
Because of the great outpouring that we had from people all over the country, literally all over the world, congratulating us, praying for us, telling us how pleased and proud they were, we came to realize that these kinds of things happen in other communities too. As a matter of fact, they happen a lot more often than we really realize. We like to call on President Bush on behalf of all Midlanders and the citizens of the United States to present this award.
Well, let me just say how pleased I am as a former Midlander to see that town that I love. So, oh, sorry about that. Now, why did you go see your mother?
And when it's time for this little girl to go back to her mom, George Bush is ready with a push.
Okay, thanks a lot. So long.
Good to see you. Let me help you find your mom. Whose child?
Okay, we're going to launch this set of bloopers with a little help from former First Lady Bess Truman. Okay. It's fairly safe to say that no other group of people endure as much constant scrutiny as heads of state.
So many of us are caught in the blur of events.
Imagine someone watching every move you make, hearing everything you say, peering closely at every minute of your waking day, from sunup to way past sundown. You're bound to make a few mistakes. So why would anyone want to put themselves through all that?
Well, it's indoor work and no heavy lifting.
Presidential campaigns are tough, they're exhausting, grueling, extremely chaotic. No wonder even seasoned politicians get a little disoriented sometimes, like this New Hampshire representative offering his support to candidate Steve Forbes. That's Steve Forbes.
I believe that the best persons to represent us in the United States as president is Mr. Gerald Ford, and I do hereby offer all my support for you for presidency. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Now listen very closely to this introduction of George Bush.
My friends, it's with a great deal of pride that I present to you a president who wants to cut jobs, who wants to cut taxes to cut jobs, who wants to stop the regulations and cut the jobs.
Say what? Of course, George Bush could use some help on his introduction of New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
I would like to commend our three mayoral candidates, Rudolph Giuliani, Rudy.
And in 1988, Barry Goldwater, a former presidential candidate himself, had visions of a moderate candidate, a combination of George Bush and Michael Dukakis.
The great thing that you and I have to do in the coming 2 months is to make darn sure that George Dukakis is brought to light. That somebody points the finger and says, hey, George, where were you?
But we're very honored to be back in San Francisco. We're here for a great convention. We had a great convention. Or San Diego, sure, yeah.
Where were you?
I'm just waiting for one of you to come up with a robot that can give a public speech.
And that brings us to the brother blooper.
I think it has a nice little ring to it, doesn't it?
Would you like a beer or a drink, anybody?
I went to Libya. I was invited to Libya, and I never had been to North Africa, and I went.
No way.
They're concerned because of the reputation Libya has, which I agree is not good, but it's, I think it's false.
Oh, God.
I thought it was bullshit.
But Clinton and Carter's kin can't compare to what may be coming. Rudy's crew.
I, Rudolph William Giuliani.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Yes, it's New York Mayor Giuliani.
Rudy.
Many believe someday down the road, Rudy will run for the White House. And with those kids, think of the fun we'll have.
Scotch guard the Oval Office.
Now keep an eye on Rudy's son, Andy, during his dad's inauguration as mayor.
Violent. Our priority must be to reduce the violence. I'll place a much greater emphasis on stricter enforcement of the law, to reverse the growing trend of ever-increasing tolerance for lawless behavior.
Rudy! 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 We're all rooting for Rudy because we want him and his kids in the White House, so we have tons of material for our next tape. Sometimes heads of state say or do something that is intentionally funny. No, really, it does happen. In fact, world leaders are most charming and often at their best when they make light of something serious or they're poking a little fun at themselves. Like when Ronald Reagan, not long after being shot, fired back this line.
We can make our beloved country the source of all the dreams and the opportunities that she was... Missed me.
I've just come from burying a time capsule in the backyard. Right outside of near the Rose Garden here. No live congressman went into it, and
But occasionally do something, you know, not too often. I think the House has passed National Peach Month this year, and we're going to act on it soon.
Will you tell us why you think people have been so mean to you? Is it a conspiracy? Is it a plan? They treat you worse than they treated Abe Lincoln?
Wow, did you hear what she said?
I don't know. You know one of my favorite jokes? You know that story about the guy that's walking along the Grand Canyon, and he falls off, and he's falling to the hundreds of feet to certain death, and he reaches out, he sees a little twig on the side of the canyon, he saws it, and he grabs it. He takes a deep breath, and then all of a sudden he sees the roots of the twig start to come loose, and he looks up at this guy and he said, "Lord, why me? Why me? I pay my taxes, I go to work every day. Why me?" And this thunderous voice says, "Son, there's just something about you I don't like." Who knows?
I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit, for political purposes, my opponent's youth and inexperience.
I have a lot in common with Idaho. We are both famous for the potato.
When Republican leaders criticized FDR and his family for wasting taxpayers' money by taking their puppy, Fala, abroad on official business, FDR responded this way.
Well, of course, I don't resent a tax, and my family don't resent a tax, but Fala does resent it.
I know it's getting late, dear, but it's not often that we have so many people who've written about us and broadcast about us all together in one room like this, and I thought you might like to say a few nice words to them. They're all from the press and radio and television. Maybe just a friendly little greeting would do. How about just a word or two, something friendly, even one kind word?
I'm thinking.
During the primary campaign, you criticized Governor Reagan for what you called his voodoo economics.
God, I wish I hadn't said that. But go ahead. The chimpanzee who was flying in space took off at 10:08. He reports that everything is perfect and working well.
Well, I've heard the expression that who wants to live 100 years?
I can tell him for sure there's one man, that's the man that's 99.
Now, I've been told that this is all off the record and that the cameras are all off. Is that right? Huh? I was told that because I've been waiting years to do this.